Please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride, from every mountainside, let freedom ring.
Cliff Moon has our invitation.
Let us pray. May we begin, Lord, today our prayer in remembering all of the young people in this community, but especially the families of Jake and David and all who are in their families who are grieving today. I pray this day that each of us, as unique beings in this universe, reflects in awe and humility upon the unremitting mercies and love of the creating, redeeming, and sustaining God, in whose grace we bask each and every day. May we truly take every opportunity as persons and as Rotarians to give thanks and to give back as we are enabled. Amen.
Amen. Okay, have a seat. You know, we like to have things changed around and different things, and one of those is not having to sing. So we managed to do that again. John Rambo has a special presentation today.
Well, I know everybody was really looking forward to singing My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean. But, give a round of applause if you recognize this. You have a lovely young lady. Yes, this is Jennifer Canterbury. She was our Rotarian Idol for 2014. But at the Hickory Community Theater, she's our Little Mermaid. Disney's Little Mermaid starts tomorrow, and Jennifer is starring as Ariel. And I wanted to have her come back today to sing a very special song for you. So give her another round of applause, please.
John, get her slide
understand. I just don't see how a world that makes such wonderful things could be so bad. Look at this stuff, isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm the girl who has everything? I've got gadgets and gizmos aplenty. I've got who's its and what's its galore. You want thingamabobs? I've got 20. But who cares? No big deal. I want more. I want to be where the people are. I want to see them dancing, walking around on those, what do you call them? Oh, feet. Flipping your fins, you don't get too far. Legs are required for jumping, dancing, strolling along down a, what's that word again? Street. Up where they walk, up where they run, up where they stay all day in the sun, wandering free. Wish I could be part of that world. What would I pay part of that world.
Thank you, Jennifer. So The Little Mermaid starts tomorrow and plays September 5th through the 21st. You can find out more information on the theater's website, hickorytheater.org. Thanks very much.
Okay, so when Rotarian Idol starts cranking back up, you know it's the real deal. It's real talent. So we're glad to have you back. Thanks. Tony Reed has the visiting Rotarian.
Okay, we got a lot today. From Newton Conover, we got George Moretz, and from Lake Hickory, we got Bill Laird, Floyd Lucas, Jeff Klein, Jay Tate, David Hass, and Danny Hearn.
Okay, I think we have a lot of guests too. Let's start on this side. John?
I have a whole table full of guests. I have to write them down so I don't forget anybody. And I'm going to change the rules on them. I told them as they were introduced individually they could sit back down, but I'm changing that. Stay up. We'll start with Donna White, who is the business manager for the Hickory Crawdads. Megan Mead, who is Director of Community Relations and Outside Events. Is that correct? These titles were impressive. Teddy Ingraham, who's Director of Food and Beverage, one of my favorite guys at the park. Aaron Cox, who's Director of Media Relations and Broadcasting, and Travis Gortman, who is Director of Group Sales. I wanted them to stay up because the South Atlantic League is a very historic and premier minor league system. My favorite player, Henry Aaron, played in the South Atlantic League, so it's got a lot of history to it. This group is largely responsible for our franchise in the South Atlantic League having just won the South Atlantic League Merit Award as the best run organization in the South Atlantic League. So big that I didn't have to pay for, who needs to stand up too, is Mark Seaman, our president-elect, who at the same time was rewarded as the top general manager in the league.
And understand the organization is eligible for the entire minor league deal. How about you? Are you eligible for manager of the year for this? Well, we think you should get it.
Well, thank you.
Okay. All right. Anybody else down the right-hand side? Down the middle. How about left? Neil, you don't have your microphone, but...
Playing by your rules, President Davis. I have multiple guests. First, we had the departing Todd Starkey last Thursday, and in yesterday's Paper Daily Record, this great candidate snapped by our own Jason Boucher. I wish he were here today, but I want you to join us in a warm welcome to the next women's head basketball coach, Katie Tate. Tangentially, and maybe President Dave, you'll have a grander introduction. Jasmine Charles. Jasmine, would you rise from the head table? Jasmine is an All-America at Lenore-Ryan and is a senior leader of our women's basketball team, and she and Katie Tate are great basketball partners. So, Jasmine, we're delighted you're here. And then my last guest is Jason Eisenberg. Jason, would you stand? Jason is the president of Contain Logistics at Ed and Polyberg Company, and being highly proselyted by Jeff Klein over here, who's a guest. Jason has pledged Charles Snipes that he will be a member of the Hickory Rotary Club. So Jason Eisenberg.
All right.
Okay. Any other guests we didn't get to? Okay. Terrific. Andrea Surratt has our Rotary moment.
more round of applause to the Hickory Crawdads and the staff and Mark Seaman. That was a great Rotary moment that we found out this week. So also in the paper we've seen Dallas Avey, right? So we have a great Rotarian on the paper. And then I'm sure Mike Johnson would love it if we recognize, and we love it too, his son Austin playing for the Saints. So let's give him a round. Birthdays, lots of them this week. So Robert Johnson on the 3rd. Is Robert here today? Very good, Robert. And Steve Moss. So I don't know where Steve is, but having fun. Both of them on the 3rd. Kathy Greathouse is on the 6th of September. Bob Conklin is on the 8th, and Jeff Norris is also on the 8th. So happy birthday to you all. Happy birthday. And so I told David at the table that I don't, or Lamar or someone, I don't do jokes very well, so you just won't find me up here trying that out. But I left at your seat, and if there weren't enough copies, I've got more, but just a thing I found on Rotary International on Rotary.org, and it's a children's storybook that is a project of Rotary E-Club of the Caribbean. And so you can actually buy this book on Amazon Books. It's called the Butterfly Storybook of 2014, and it's a unique collection of 10 short stories for children written by the 2014 winners of a contest that this Rotary E-Club of the Caribbean sponsors. And the authors are all between the ages of 7 and 11, and the central theme is about the love of families working together. And so while some of the stories are Caribbean in orientation, it's still a great little read for any of us and our children and our families. And so it's basically the goal of the Rotary Project is to improve literacy throughout the world by providing a book that can be read by children all around the world, and it's printed in a number of languages. And so it also gave a chance for the young authors to be published, so working in 2 ways there. So if you wanted to buy this book for Christmas, it's $9 if you go to Amazon Books. $9 for the book. 100% of the royalties support the humanitarian service of Rotary in the Caribbean and worldwide. And so if you want more information, it's on Rotary.org. But check that out for maybe someone in your family, or maybe it aligns nicely with Imagination Library. But that's my moment for today. Thanks.
Oh, that gets a lot more applause than the jokes, so maybe that's the way to go. I'm not sure. Maybe it's just you. Mark, can you cue up? We hope to show you what happened yesterday. Oh, it's kind of interesting how your hair evaporates when water hits it. Didn't notice that before. We had, as you can see, we had a good group out, and thanks a lot to Bruce, did a lot of the publicity, and Jennifer helped put this together, and Meg for hosting us out at the Holler Mill. So it went well. If you were not able to be there, and a lot of you weren't, and would want to contribute, we were asking everybody to give $10 that was there yesterday, and you know, the thing is that if you've been challenged and you don't do it, you give 100. But whatever you might want to give, Dan will be over here afterwards with a bucket, and you can put something in that. If you write a check, make it to the Hickory Rotary Club, because we will consolidate the cash and checks and then send one check to the ALS Research Organization. So we hope that will get. We have I think $200 already. So if you have a mind to do that, see Dan right here afterwards. And I mentioned also this Carolina Cycle Challenge. Not all of you have signed up. I've seen the list, and I see you, and we need your names on that list. This is coming up. It's less than a month now, and there are going to be a lot of riders there and a lot of points on the course that will be responsible for directing people, and we want to make sure we got somebody at every point. Family members too, if you can bring them, just let us know who all is coming. I'm not sure if the t-shirt deadline's passed, but it's getting close, so be sure to sign up. If you have not, you can email me. I think we still have the list, Dan? Dan still have the list, so it'll be over here as well. So get signed up, get that on your calendar. Okay, Jasmine, if you would come up. Jasmine's going to make a presentation to us of something that's going on in the school. And Jasmine is an All-American. And we're getting used to that at Lenoir-Rhyne. And Katie, one thing that Neil demands is All-Americans and championships. So, in case you didn't know, I know you've been around, so you know that's what's required when you get here. Now, you got a head start. You got to get some on your own. But Jasmine's been a great player at Lenoir-Rhyne and will continue to be, and has led them to championships. And she's got a presentation she'd like to make.
Hi, good afternoon. Like he said, I'm a senior at Lenoir-Rhyne, and yay, playing for Coach Pate now. But I'm just here to talk to you briefly about a project that we're doing here at school for my sports marketing class. We're trying to start a kind of like a little organization called the Bears Closet. It's a chance for students and student athletes to have a resource on campus to be able to be prepared for, you know, internships, job interviews, and everything like that. And so now what we're doing is going around to the community and to organizations and clubs and asking you guys to help to possibly donate, you know, some old business attire. I mean, you know, might have put on a couple pounds or two since college, but you know, it's okay. But if you don't have any that, you know, you feel like you will not wear anymore, if your wife keeps nagging you to get rid of an old suit, we'll take it. But anyway, I just wanted to mention that to you all, and that for any further details, you could just let David Haas know. And I guess if you have any, just give them to Geechee at the next meeting. And also, Coach Ian Shields for the football team is wanting to start a opportunity for some of his football players over the summer to possibly have work over the summer. I mean, because they'll come to summer school. So just throwing that out there, that he just wanted me to mention that as well. But thank you for that, for your time. That's all I have.
Okay, I always want to stay involved, town and gown. So here's an opportunity for you if you got some suits, like you say, if you put on a few pounds, or I guess if you lost a bunch of pounds, I guess that's possible too. And work opportunities out of season, right, when they're out of season. Okay, great. Lindsay Lohan will introduce our program.
Hello, I am very excited to have the opportunity to introduce our program to you today. It's funny because about a year ago I was in her shoes presenting to you about the Lunch Buddy program. It's an initiative of the Council on Adolescence. Thanks to Lamar for passing that along to us. I'm just really excited to introduce Che Williams. I was doing this last year, and so now she gets to do it and take a little bit of that load off of me. And she will present to you just a little bit more information. I know some of you are already familiar with it, but I would love to see all of you get involved in some capacity, and I will now turn it over to Che Williams to present to you.
Good afternoon, everyone. As Lindsay said, my name is Che Williams, and I am a mentoring program coordinator for the Council on Adolescents, and I coordinate the Lunch Buddy program. I see a lot of familiar faces in the crowd, so if you have been a Lunch Buddy or you're currently serving as a Lunch Buddy, could you please just slip your hand up? So it's quite a few of you are in here, and it's really nice to see a lot of participants from the program, because I know it's an individual commitment, but it's nice to see a Rotarian group as a whole with so many Lunch Buddies participating. Sorry. And well, for those of you who are unfamiliar with the Lunch Buddy program, it is a mentoring initiative that's targeted towards middle school students who have met certain criteria of being at risk for dropping out of school before high school graduation. We pair these students who have been hand-selected between myself and the school personnel with mentors who come and eat lunch with them on a weekly basis. To become a Lunch Buddy is quite simple. All you have to do is just attend a mentor training session. All of our mentors that are participants have been trained, and they've filled out an application, a Lunch Buddy application, along with a background check form. And you commit to meeting with your student that you are matched with once a week for about approximately 30 minutes for an entire school year. And I'm sure many of the returning Lunch Buddies that I see in here can give their own personal stories of how the program has affected their lives, along with the lives of the child who they've mentored. Thankfully, this year we are serving all 8 middle schools, traditional middle schools that are in Catawba County, and we are currently, we have approximately 100 mentors that have agreed to serve as mentors this year. And so while I'm not asking for money or any donations or anything, what I am asking for is that if you personally are interested in serving as a Lunch Buddy, we could definitely use the extra mentors on board with as many schools that we're serving this year. It has been a challenge to find mentors out in the areas of, let's say, Mill Creek or Jacobs Fork or Maiden. We've tried really hard this summer to kind of tap into businesses out in that area, and also churches and other organizations, but it's been a little bit more difficult than what we had expected. So if you all have any connections possibly out in those areas that I may not be familiar with, please send them our way. We'll be more than happy to, I'll be more than happy to do individual training sessions. Last month we used the month of August to do group training sessions for the upcoming year, and while August is over with, I'm using the month of September to individually train anyone who may be interested in the program. And I have with me just a couple of flyers that I hope to not leave with any, that if you know that this may be something that you personally are interested in, please stop by and see me before you leave. Or if this is something that you know you may not have the time right now to commit to, if you would please take the flyer and maybe post it somewhere at your church or your business. We definitely can use all the mentors that we possibly can have for this school year. I know I hear countless times from the school personnel that for as many mentors that I can find for them, they have a student that can be matched with them. So definitely need additional mentors. Are there any questions?
There's a question. I have a question.
I'm sorry. Yes.
If you become a mentor and you develop a relationship with your student, when they go to high school, can you still go to lunch with them at high school?
That's a really good question. Currently right now our program is only serving in the middle school capacity. We are hoping for it to transition into the high school. At that point it would be considered more of a graduation coach rather than a lunch buddy, because not sure how cool it would be to have a lunch buddy per se come and eat lunch with you in high school, but we have had several mentors that would like to continue that relationship with their student once they graduate from middle school, because we have had several that have asked, like, well, they're leaving, like they're graduating 8th grade, like can I still come eat lunch with them? And we're like, well, I mean, although it may not be through our program, I mean, by all means, if you'd like to continue the relationship, we can work something out with that. All right. Thank you all for your time.
I'm just going to piggyback on what Chase said. There's just a huge need in our county for people to volunteer their time. It sounds like it's a weekly standing obligation, but 30 minutes a week. I mark it in my calendar as just a meeting, and it's every week, and that's what I do. I know that we can't talk about it as an agency if we aren't lunch buddies, so Shay didn't mention that she's a lunch buddy too. But the superintendents have actually been the ones to designate that middle school is the need. A lot of elementary school, they have a lot of support for programs like that, and so middle school is where there's a great need, and that's why we're following and just trying to make sure we go to full capacity at middle schools before we go to high schools, just per superintendents. I just wanted to leave you with something. If you are interested in supporting our agency, we're a nonprofit. We have different programs that some of your children or grandchildren have probably participated in over their adolescent years. We have a really fun fundraiser coming up October 3rd. I have invitations and tickets up here. It's called the Event to Prevent, because we're all about prevention. And we are having the Baby Black Band come to Catawba Country Club, dinner, dancing. There's no program involved. It's just fun. There's complimentary beverage tickets included with that, and it's $50 a person. If you are individually interested or know somebody who might want a night out, we welcome you just to come up and talk to us after the meeting today. I'll have tickets here available for the next few weeks, so feel free to contact us. But thank you for allowing us to share our program with you today.
Okay, and Shay, I would like to present you with a copy of our 4-way test, which we use to live by. Thank you for coming as our program. And what a novel approach, something that you have every week that you put on your calendar, a meeting, just like a meeting.
You can do it right before Rotary. That's what I do, right before Rotary.
Exactly. So Rotary, you could actually put that on your calendar every week so you show up. It's a novel approach, so think about it. Put it on your phones or whatever you do these days. Okay. Let's see. Remember the ice bucket donations over here. Remember the cart. We still want to support cart. The cycle challenge. We need to make sure that everybody is signed up for that.
The list is at the badge. So as you take your badge back, there it is.
Okay. You got that? The list is on the badge table. So when you take your badge back, just if you don't have a pen, we got one for you. So sign up for that. Let's see, Charitable Giving Committee is meeting Monday at 4 o'clock at the Arts Center in the Moretz Boardroom. If you remember that and haven't heard that, that's your first meeting. Of course, anybody is welcome to come. We're going to kick off our giving a lot earlier this year than in the past because we know what we have to give. So that's going to crank up this week. Next board meeting is the 16th at 5 o'clock at the Holler Mill. So we kind of need to know if you're planning to come. All the board members are expected to be there. Anybody else that wants to come, we just need to know it to make sure we're in the right size room. So let us know about that. Certainly remember the Hickory High School community. I just came from that service. It was still going on when I left, and you know that's affecting so many people. You know, not just the high school kids, but their parents and the people that work with them, the faculty and everybody, and it affects anybody that's here in Hickory. So it's a big thing. Remember them in the prayers. Lots of guests. Glad all the crawdads came out. Congratulations! What a terrific year you had, and just got to do it again next year. So, Mark, you've always been the best with us. So, congratulations on somebody else recognizing you. And we're glad to have you. Also, Katie, congratulations. Glad to have you. Come back often, whether Neil brings you or not. We're glad to have you. And Jason, thanks for coming. Jasmine you'll hang around a little bit in case somebody needs to talk to you about that. And visiting Rotarians, David, George, Bill, Floyd, Jay, and Jeff. We got everybody? Okay, Dean, let's see if we can give away some money or not. Uh, 37 cards left, one joker, $78 today for a total of $1,041. And the winning number 552550. 552550. John, I forgot. John probably wants to give us an update on the Appalachian Michigan series after last week. 1-1. Okay, that's fair enough.
That one brought tears to your eyes too, didn't it?
Not too good.
All right, this is true.
It's not that one.
Free lunch, all right. Okay, thanks. Any other announcements? You got a lot of things to do. Sign up, give, donate, help, meet. So do that in the time before we leave. If you'll rise, we'll adjourn with 4 minutes. Of the things we think, say, and do, is it the truth?
Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?